Ah, Monsieur Montand, there you are. Step down here, please. I wish to speak with you. As manager of the opera, I just wanted to thank you, monsieur. We were so fortunate that you were attending the premiere tonight. Without your assistance in caring for the victims and dealing with the ensuing chaos, the situation would have been much worse. I thank you for all you have done, Raoul. It is not every detective with the Sûreté who is also a patron of the opera. I do hope you will continue to investigate this horrible tragedy. I am afraid we have only just begun. Let us discuss how to proceed.
Yes, I'm listening, Monsieur Brie.
This tragedy disturbs me a great deal.
What do you mean?
Only that this is the work of a madman, and he must be stopped. Who knows when he might strike again?
Tell me everything you know about this.
There are a lot of lunatics in Paris. I firmly believe that this is a copycat crime.
What do you mean by copycat crime?
Why, do you not see? This is precisely the same crime committed by the Phantom of the Opera in 1881. Someone is trying to make us think that the Phantom has returned.
Tell me more about the Phantom.
His name was Eric. He lived below the opera while the thing was being built. He caused a lot of havoc because he was in love with an ingenue named Christine Day. Some of his things were found at the turn of the century, so he must have died sometime between 1881 and 1900.
Christine Day? Any relation to tonight's star?
You mean Christine Florent? No, I do not think so.
What things were found?
His mask, the original score to his opera Don Juan Triumphant, and a wedding ring, supposedly the one he originally gave to Christine Day. She returned it to him before she disappeared with her lover, the Vicomte de Chauny. His name was Raoul too, by the way.
How were these artifacts found?
Some excavation was performed in the catacombs around the turn of the century. The ruins of a strange abode were found. A skeleton was discovered within, along with the artifacts. It is believed that this was the body of Eric, but nobody has ever really proved it.
Where are these artifacts now?
We have kept them on display in the opera library for years. Please feel free to go see them. There are some other documents in the library which will give you some information on the Phantom.
Are you sure you have no suspects at the opera?
I trust my staff implicitly. Our stage manager has confirmed that all employees were at their positions when the crime occurred. I have sent everyone home. I suppose you could return to the theater tomorrow should you wish to question anyone who is not here now.
Who do you suggest I speak with?
Find Charles, our stage manager. He should be able to help you.
Where can I find Charles?
You should be able to find him in the stage left wing at his post.
How do I get around the theater?
Go east into the orchestra pit and then into the trap room. That should lead you backstage. Charles can direct you from there.
What do you want me to do then, monsieur?
I would like you to explore the theater. Talk to people you see. Find out where this madman is hiding. Good Lord, man, there were people murdered tonight. And I don't think this lunatic is going to stop there. Please, I ask you, Raoul, as a friend, see what you can find out. I shall be in my office shortly. Come find me and give me a report on your progress. Then I'll give you further instruction. Good luck.
Until later, Monsieur Brie.
I shall see you soon, Raoul.
Bonjour, monsieur. Have a seat while I practice.
Bonjour. I am Detective Raoul Monton.
I am Julie Geary. What can I do for you?
What are your thoughts regarding the chandelier tragedy?
I am glad you asked. It was the opera ghost. He has returned. I always knew he would.
How do you know it's the ghost?
Because I saw him.
Where and when did you see him?
It was 2 nights ago. I was coming out of my dressing room and I saw him on the staircase. He turned to me, then quickly ran up the stairs. I was too frightened to follow.
What did he look like?
He was dressed formally, but his clothes were rather old-fashioned, of the kind they wore during his day. He had on a cape and was carrying a cane. He was not wearing a mask. I only caught a glimpse of his face, for it was very dark. It looked like a skull.
Why do you say that you always knew he would return?
Because I have dreamt about it. I have some of the powers that my great-grandmother had, you see.
Your great-grandmother? Please, enlighten me.
Madame Geary worked at the opera as what today we would call an usher. She looked after the boxes. She was in charge of the Phantom's personal box.
Tell me more about Madame Geary.
To put it bluntly, she was a psychic. She communicated with the Phantom without ever seeing him or speaking to him directly. She also wrote a book about him which you can find in the opera library.
Communicated with him?
Yes. He would leave her instructions in his box, but she almost always knew beforehand what he wanted and provided it. The ghost tipped her very well. He was good to her.
His personal box? Go on, please.
It was Box 5. He had ordered the manager of the opera to never sell the box, as it was his. He would attend the opera in that box, but no one knew how he got into it. He certainly didn't go through the door.
Didn't your great-grandmother see him in the box?
Never. She never tried to see him. She was a little afraid of him despite his kindness. But my mother said that great-grandmother told her that Box 5 had some kind of trick in it.
Tell me about your dreams.
I see him in the haze of darkness and shadows. He emerges. He has a woman with him dressed in white, but I cannot see her face. She is wearing a mask. I think I know who she might be, though.
Who do you think she is?
The Phantom was in love with a singer named Christine Day. It could be her, but I have a theory that it might be Christine Florent. There is some kind of connection between the two. Not only do they look alike, but they are both gifted singers. Perhaps that is why the ghost has returned here and now, because of her.
Tell me about the book.
She wrote it around the turn of the century, after the Phantom's supposed death. She became something of an authority on the man. If you haven't read it, you probably should.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I am a dancer with the ballet corps. I am taking acting lessons and hope to become a prima donna like Christine Florent.
Do you know Christine Florent well?
She's very sweet, but she tends to keep to herself, like most prima donnas. I believe that she knows more about this chandelier incident than she lets on.
What do you think she knows?
When I mentioned that I saw the opera ghost the other day, she turned quite pale and said not to spread such rumors.
How long have you been associated with the opera?
My family has been with the opera all the way back to my great-grandmother. My mother was a costume seamstress. My grandmother was in the ballet like me. My great-grandmother worked for the public sector of the opera.
Merci. I shall speak with you later. Adieu.
Adieu, monsieur.